Hello one and all, welcome to Seen Through Glass. Welcome to Zolder in Belgium. If you missed my last video, I just drove here in my brand new Jaguar F-Type R, nicknamed Truffle. I came to meet up with the team from Podium. Now I'm sure you would have heard me talk about Podium before. My coffee, Seen Through Glass coffee, is roasted by Perla at Podium Place. But Podium is so much more than a cafe and somewhere that houses a roastery. There are multiple parts to the Podium business, as you're soon going to discover on this channel and on the Podium channel. But one part of the business is Podium Tours, and the team are currently out here doing a recce for future tours. They've bought multiple cars to do multiple track days. They've also bought this, a brand new Aston Martin V12 Vantage. And considering I started my day at 4 AM and I only just got here, the guys have very kindly said I can take this to get a coffee.
Now, as excited as I have been about the V12 Vantage, I wasn't going to come here when there's a 360 Challenge Stradale available and not beg for a ride. So yeah, John has very kindly said, let's go. This is going to be the highlight of my year so far, mate. I hope you realise that. Yeah.
It's been a great partner through this trip. I tell you, we've driven this thing all the way down. It's done Spa. We're now at Zolder. Been perfect the whole time. So.
And there you go, mate. People knock these cars.
The
They don't realise.
Challenge Stradale. It's just a daily, really.
It's amazing. Yeah. You have to tell me. Right, here we go, people. Challenge Stradale out on track. Woo-hoo-hoo. See, I'm missing those brakes on my 360. My gosh. Whoa, it's been a cab.
Roller coaster, watch out.
Oh my god. You're a lunatic. I love it. John, this is amazing. I absolutely love that you're thrashing this car like this. Years old and this car is holding its own, huh? 'Bloody hell. Oh, mate. Unbelievably epic. Honestly, dude. Also, mate, I'd forgotten you can drive. Woo! Yeah, this thing is just... When will people realise this is one of the greatest cars ever made?
Honestly. This week, what have we got with us? We got XJ220, we've got the V12 Vantage, we've got a track prep 4C, an Audi R8 GT supercharged, and let me tell you, this is the sweet spot.
This is the one, honestly, right? This is the one. Spot. Oh, I need to work a little harder. I think, oh God, beautiful, beautiful.
Anyway, enough farting around. I need to get a coffee, so I'm back in the woods with the main show, the V12 Vantage. So here we go. This has to be one of the world's first customer delivered V12 Vantages, and what I love is the guys literally picked it up and drove it straight to Belgium to go out on track. A bit like with me and the F-Type R, ready for an adventure, these guys were ready for the track. So this thing has taken a bit of a beating. You're going to notice as we go around it's got a few scars from its track days, but that's what I love to see, cars being properly used. The question I have is this a track car or is it a road car? I think it's going to be a road car. Fundamentally, Astons, I don't think, are that at home on track. Of course, they've been very successful, things like Le Mans over the years, but still, their road GT cars are just that. Great GT cars. Now, this thing had a mixed reception when it launched from traditional car journalists. Overall, it was positive, but there weren't sort of glowing reviews, unlike the original V12 Vantage, which is one of my all-time favourite cars. Now, in some ways, a bit like Henry Catchpole said, we shouldn't really care how this car performs, we should just celebrate the fact it exists, because for a long time, Aston said they weren't going to be able to get a V12 engine in this new era Vantage, but then we started to see sort of teaser pictures and rumours start to swirl around, and then yes, here we go, this limited run of cars with the honking great V12. Inside as well, things are a little bit spicy. If we come in here, we've got these quite incredible carbon seats, which actually getting in and out of isn't that straightforward. They remind me of the Porsche bucket seats. I keep clipping my under thigh on those, but they look great and they're snug as hell. Aside from that, apart from a big old V12 badge in the middle, there's not a lot of other changes, which is why I think this car is going to be a great road car, because I recently discovered with the Vantage F1 edition, when you take this latest era Vantage and kind of turn the wick up to 11, they do great things. This has been turned up to 11 and it's got a V12 engine in it, so I think this can only be a good thing. So I reckon let's jump in, start it up most importantly, see how this thing sounds, and then hit the road. I think that's good. The tone is definitely there. There's a rev limiter, but and there's some cracks and... Okay, it's no old V12 Vantage, but that's much better than I thought it was going to be. I thought with all the sort of modern regulations it was going to sound really muted, but I think that's all right. Now, it's going to be a bit of a one take, because I really don't have much time. I've got a very busy day here. It's already 1:30. And also, the roads around Zolder aren't the most exhilarating. I'm going to turn right onto this road here. And... yeah, that was a break of traction real quick. Wasn't really thinking there, was I? 700 horsepower, and I just tried to floor it out of a stationary turn. Ooh! Rear-wheel drive, of course, not all-wheel drive. This is a proper little sports GT, but like this, it's actually quite comfortable. I'll be honest, I mean, apart from the seats, but the ride, that's probably because I haven't turned it up to track yet. So let's do as John suggested, put everything in its full-blooded setting and see how much firmer it gets. I have to admit, Belgian roads are probably quite a good test for this car. They're not always the smoothest. So far, initial 500 meters. I quite like this. I actually really like this. I mean, bloody hell, well, I want to open a window. It's such a smooth engine. Okay, so suddenly the noise has changed a bit. Not quite as symphonic as it was when we were static, weirdly. We're losing some of it now we're on the move, but I mean, of course, saying a V12 is smooth is kind of like such an obvious statement, but don't forget this is a twin turbo V12, it's not naturally aspirated, so we've got a different sort of power delivery kind of curve. But yeah, so far it just feels effortless. So I'm already thinking that I'm right in that this is going to be a fantastic road car. I'm in the track suspension setting and I'm still gliding around with this lovely burble, yeah, feeling effortlessly elegant and rich. so wealthy. You've got to be so wealthy to have bought one of these cars. Only 333 of them being made. And I've heard of people speccing them well over £300,000. When you think of a standard V8 Vantage, what, 150 plus options? I lose track. Basically double the price of a standard car for an engine. And I guess some other special bits, but... Okay, I'm trying to keep an eye on Google Maps. This car doesn't have CarPlay activated yet, so I'm having to glance down on my phone every now and again. I did find one road that looked like it had a straight section because I do want to see what this car's like. A valve just opened. As you start to pull away. Oh, lovely bridge section here. I think, you know, a big pull in this car is kind of essential. I also want to throw it around some corners. I'm in the wrong place for this, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I'm driving a V12 Vantage and considering how few of these are being made, and I reckon how few of them are actually going to be driven and enjoyed, this is a very special moment. So I'm hugely grateful to the Podium team, and I can't quite believe they've been tracking this thing. I'm trying to see where the mileage is. Focus on the road a little bit, Sam, but how do I figure out the overall mileage of this car? Oh, there we go. 1,500 kilometers on the clock. 1,500 kilometers on the clock, and it's done a track day at Spa and spent half the day at Zolder, and as soon as I go back, it's going back out on track, hence why I can't take that long. But yeah, that's impressive. That's mega impressive. Oh, this is pretty by the water, and it's straight, so here we go. Oh. This thing is squirmy. Wow! I mean, I like it. I like it very much. I was so ready to be disappointed by this car. When I watched the initial reviews from traditional motoring journalists, I thought, that car's going to be a bit of a disappointment. It's overpriced. They've got it all wrong, but I think it might be quite magical. Listen to that, the brakes are already squealing because of how hard they've been pushed. But yeah, you basically can't do a big static or semi-static pull in this thing because it just wants to spin out. Yeah, you're just burning rubber. Oh, this is so good. It's not like F12 TDF manicness. It's super predictable in the way it breaks traction, which makes it really nice. Oh, this car's... I don't want to say it, but it's fantastic. Oh, I'm going to kick myself because I'm sure on the podcast at some point I've been going, oh, that car's a load of crap. And now look at me. Classic seen through glass.
Thank you.
Gotta be honest, my mood has dipped slightly because I got to Starbucks and realised that I've lost a GoPro. I'd put one on the back to try and capture some of the exhaust sounds, and it obviously fell off at some point. I didn't notice, and yeah, I went up and down the road a few times, couldn't find it. It does happen every now and again with GoPros. It doesn't get any less painful. It's a horrible thing to happen. Luckily, there wasn't too much footage on that GoPro that I needed, I don't think. Probably remember in 2 days' time that I had a whole video on it that I'd forgotten about, but yeah, just annoying. But it means that I can be a bit more realistic about this car, because I will admit, got a bit carried away there. I was only driving at sort of relatively slow speeds through a town and one straight road, and I was like, it's amazing. And it is, like this, it's a lovely car. I would love to spend a few days with one of these, maybe take it up to Scotland or something like that, because I think that's when you're really going to start to understand where the value is. But fundamentally, I really don't believe I'll find the value being double the price of a V8 car. It does feel more special, but not double the price. So yeah, very cool thing. I put myself back out. Come on, I'm in a V12 Vantage. As I said earlier, how often that's going to happen? And, you know, I've got a dodgy Starbucks coffee, so. Fundamentally, I really like that car. I think you probably figured that out. Of all the modern new supercars I've tested by going to get a coffee in them, it was a really nice experience. It's a lovely experience. But let's face it, I didn't really get a chance to properly push it because, well, it was a short test drive and one in and around towns and villages. And I do want to know what that car's like when you start pushing on. So, I'm now going to go out on track in it. Okay, I'm not going to be driving, John's going to be driving, but as you probably would have seen earlier with the Challenge Stradale experience, the man can drive. So this is going to be a great insight as to what that car's like when you start attacking the corners.
Yeah, we need to turn traction control off for this.
Sure. You do what you need to do, John.
Okay, we got some Porsches coming in hot. Oh, we got a whole gaggle of Porsches.
Oh, right, we're right in the mix straight away. You're going to let them go, aren't you?
We're going to let this group go and then we'll chase off.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh no, here comes the 360. There you go, look.
No, come
Filming
on.
magic. Here he comes. He's got a tail though. He's got a tail. He's hard on it. Oh, we've got a bunch more coming. Okay.
Everyone's having a go today.
I think we'll stay ahead of the...
Oh, here we go. So we're going to chase a 3RS. I mean, that is a challenge, but we've got the power on the straights for sure. Oh my gosh, we're in it now, John. We're in it now. And how are these brakes?
Yeah, no, very good.
Yeah?
Brakes are great, yeah.
I can tell you've got them warm because they were squeaking so much out on the road. Nothing to do with you, mate. He was like, let's let this nutter go. There's the Stradale.
Okay, let's get off.
I mean, I think we'll do him in one straight, won't we, with our power advantage? My gosh.
It's doing well, isn't it?
Oh, go on.
Up into the floor.
Go on, Stradale. I love it. From over here, this car feels a little bit heavy.
A little bit heavy.
A little bit heavy, yeah.
It still hustles along though.
Off we go. Sorry, 360. I love you, Emma. Oh, and everyone is hanging off the side of the pit lane. We got someone hassling us now?
Trying to. It's a Porsche.
Oh god, it's all kicking off today.
A bit of slide there.
Yeah, we got a bit of movement going on.
Right up our chuff now. Right, we'll let him pass.
Let him go, let him go, let him have some fun. And it's going, isn't it?
Just shows its weight a little bit there.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, the power is great, and the brakes, I mean, we're really on it. Go on, mate, go on. Wow. I definitely think he was waiting for you, mate. He wants to follow you. I genuinely think he wants to follow you. He wants to see how you get on. Wow, when that thing puts its power down.
Oh, go on now.
Funnily enough, now we're on full chat. The sound characteristics, I think, have changed quite a lot for this car.
Yeah, it's got some tone to it.
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. I think we got a red flag for that blue GC3.
Red, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh no! It's the 360!
No!
No! No! head bowed in shame. Head bowed in shame. I think he looked alright, didn't he?
Yeah, why
I think it's a little
surprised he
spinning.
hasn't pulled away.
I guess it's maybe just a little, maybe he's grounded
Flustered.
on there. Yeah. Oh, of all the things we wanted to see when we came around the corner, that wasn't it. But oh, mate, thank you. Very cool. And at least, you know, I can now see if this car is this capable out on a track like this.
Oh yeah.
You're right, on a mountain road.
On a mountain road.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Fair play.
Honestly.
Fair play, Aston.
Yeah.
I really underestimated this car.
Yeah.
I'm now very impressed. Super cool. Thank you.
Hustling after GT3 RS.
Yeah, and racing a 918.
Yeah, racing a 918, that wasn't much
if I'm
of a
honest,
race.
mate. It's all about the driver.
Yeah.
Well, it is the end of a very hot and sweaty day, and an amazing day, and an amazing experience with that V12 Vantage. I actually think it might be the first V12 Vantage on the road, at least John seems to think it is, so an even more amazing experience than I realised, and just so much fun. So yeah, huge thanks to the Podium team. As I mentioned, this is got a recce for Podium tours. If you want to find out more about those, I'll put a link below. You can check out for their future events. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and stay subscribed for, yes, plenty more videos to come.